Create. Welcome back to my channel. If you are not 18 years or older, this video content is not intended for you. Today I want to share with y'all some dye storage pockets that I found, and I think I really like them, and I wish that I had bought more. They're not for dyes. They were actually in the school supply section, but I want to share them with you guys because I'm always looking for pockets to store my dyes, because a lot of times the dyes will fall off the carrier that they're on, or you know you don't want to lose one, or you don't want it to get bent or whatever because it fell out and you didn't realize it. So I'm always looking for a practical way to store my dyes where they're going to be protected, and I'm not going to lose one if one happens to fall off the carrier, where it looks nice and neat, even though my craft room is a mess. But I like to keep my dyes pretty organized, so I try to. Anyway, I want to share with you guys the pockets that I picked up. These over here is a package that I picked up from Amazon. If I have any links from Amazon, those will be affiliate links, which means I will make a small commission if you were to purchase items using those links, and I appreciate when you guys do that. Thank you so much. But that's not why I'm sharing it. I'm sharing it because these are things that Amazon doesn't send me anything. I purchase my own things, and I'm always, like I said, looking for solutions on how to store my dyes. Right now I'm creating for playing with some of the new release from Spellbinders, but a lot of times when they send them to you, they're in little Ziplocs, and I want to be able that to, when I share them, that they're just a little bit more organized, because most of the time, we don't get the packaging as if we were a customer and we purchased them. We get them in little Ziplocs with the numbers on there. So I needed a way to organize those dyes so when I share them with you guys, I don't have dyes in Ziplocs. So this package was a variety pack that I saw on Amazon, and I do have some of these smaller pockets, but I was looking for some that came with the magnet sheet in it. The magnet's not very thick at all, but normally what I do is I add a little piece of either a heavyweight cardstock, or you can recycle old boxes or chipboard, anything like that, to make them more sturdy, because I'm not going to buy chipboard to cut it up and use it as a stabilizer, because the sheets are very flexible. They're soft. So in something like this size, it really doesn't matter, but when you get to the bigger sizes, you have to be careful, or else your dies will fall off, and I don't want them to do that. So normally I'll stick a piece of cardboard, or let's say I printed on or cut up a heavyweight cardboard, or decided not to use it, cardstock. That's what I'll use as a extra layer of thickness for the sheets. Anyway, I had bought this variety pack before, and the first time I bought it, it did not have the magnets. But I bought them again because I like the fact that they don't have the snap. Because when you get the ones that have either Velcro or snap, eventually the Velcro falls off, or the snaps do mess up. And even if they don't, they create bulk where your dies are flat at the bottom, but they're fanned out like that on top because of the bulk from the snap. So I prefer to keep them as even as possible. So I found these that came with the sheets already for them. They don't come inside, they come separate in the package. You have to put them in yourself, but they are included in the package. So I'm going to link them, because you get the large ones, which I'll tell you what these measure. I bought this new ruler, you guys. I'm going to share this with y'all in a minute, or right now actually. So these pockets measure 7 inches wide across, and this is that ruler that's real easy to read, especially if you're not real familiar with 3/8 and 1/8 and 16ths. This has all those measurements on there for you. So if you have trouble with rulers, this pretty much is written all out. So it's 7 inches wide, and in the length, they measure about, let me get one because I have them stacked. They measure 9 3/8 inches length, but the shim that's in there is smaller. The magnetic sheet that's in there is about 8 3/4. So it's still a pretty good size. You have a little gap up here that doesn't have magnet, that the sheet doesn't go all the way up. And let's see, I'm going to see if they open. Yep, they open all the way up as well. So even if my die was just a little bit longer, it would still fit in that empty spot because the pockets open from side to side all the way completely. So you get, I think I got, 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm sorry, 5. I think it was a 50-piece set, something like that, because they count the magnets as a piece. So I got 5 of these. I got 10 of the little ones, and then I got, I believe, 10 of these. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think there was a miscount on these because I have 11 of the little ones and 9 of these. Maybe there should have been 10 of these. Anyway, everything will be in the description box below. If you decide to get it, make sure you read the description. But it's supposed to be, I think, like a 50-piece. And then it does come with the sticker sheets. I don't use these because they're really glossy, and if I was to write on them, it would just rub off. So to me, these are useless. But what I really wanted were these, because I want to be able to, sometimes Spellbinder sends me real little small dies that have just a few sentiments or something little, and I'll be able to, you know, have them nicely in their own pouches. Another thing I wanted to share with you guys was this Vector, is it Victor? Victor Easy Read Ruler. And this, if you have trouble with measurements, this gives you all the measurements. So this is a great one to have if you have trouble with measurements. It does have corkboard on the back, so it's supposed to not to slip. You know, it's supposed to have a grip. But I will tell you that the corners to me are kind of sharp, so you do have to be just a little bit careful with that. But if this is more important than the pointy corners on there, this is definitely a must-have for anybody who does any kind of measuring the way we do. You know, during our scrapbooking. I also have the Tim Holtz, but the Tim Holtz doesn't come with all the numbers like that one does. So, and it's easier on the hands, but it's not as detailed with the measurements as this one is. And then I went to, hold on, I have one more Amazon thing. I was watching Crystal from I'm Busy Crafting here on YouTube, and she just redid her craft room. I will share that video in the description box below. She just got new tables, new organization for her craft room, and she bought this stackable ribbon holder. Now, I don't have room to set out a whole shelf, but I did want something because during the holidays we use a lot of ribbon for our tags, our bags, to wrap a gift and stuff like that. So I needed something that was small, that I could take apart if I wanted to, or that I could just shove it in a corner. I also wanted it to be, I don't know if you guys remember when we had the Shabby Chic Queen hop with Tamika of Scrap the World. I created with a tag die, I created a ribbon stand. Because for me, the ideal ribbon stand, I didn't like a ribbon stand that had a stick going through it and you thread the spools in it and then you put it in your holder. And then if you ran out of the middle one, you had to take everything that was in front of it off to take out that empty spool. I didn't like that. I didn't think that was very practical. So I designed ones that it had kind of like a little tray where it would fall in, and any time anything ran out, all I had to do was pick it up and take it out. And it had a little lip in the back and a little lip in the front where the spools would stay contained. And I thought that was the ideal ribbon holder. Now, what I do like about this one, it has a stopper here because I have a spool of ribbon in here that doesn't have the other cardboard to it. So the ribbon wants to unravel, but by adding this stopper that comes with it, it kind of serves as that portion that's missing from that ribbon, so I can use it and it's not going to unravel. And another thing that I thought was really great, that they have a little hole in this guide right here. It's a guide that you thread your ribbon through. So if I needed a piece, all I had to do is to pull it. And I think that this design was very well thought out. I mean, it was planned really, really well. So if ever I run out, no matter where the spool is, I can just pick it up. Not only that, these are stackable. Crystal, I think, had 3 or 4 of them. I'm not going to get any more of that stack because I would just want something that's convenient to put away in a little corner or something when I'm not using it. But I also want something that if I'm using 3 or 4 or 5, 6 different ribbons, that they're not all over my countertop. I can just set them in here and move them aside. If I need to move them, I just pick up the whole thing and move it. So I will link this in the description box below. This is an Amazon purchase as well, and I really think that it is a really nice piece. Also, if you wanted to hang it in the wall, it does have some holes back here. It does have the holes here to hang it on the wall. I personally am not going to do anything like that, but I just like the convenience of being able to have my ribbons while I'm working with it and then be able to put it away. I love the fact that it's white, so it matches everything in my craft room. So I really love that. I think I'm really going to like that. Another thing I picked up are these pockets. And this is a Target find. Oops, I forgot to bring one more thing. I'll grab it in a minute. This is a Target find. And these are dividers for school, for the binders. And I thought these would work well for storage for, you know, we like to store just one large set in a pocket, some kind of plastic pocket. I felt that this would work great. I wasn't sure. I thought they would work great. When I brought them home, the Anna Griffin magnetic sheets fit in here. If you don't keep them in notebooks, they fit in here. Even if you keep it in a notebook, and you want to keep them in pockets, these do have holes because they go in a binder. I'm not going to keep mine in the binder, so I slid mine all the way in. They do have the tab so you can label it. And then in the back, I just inserted my inspiration sheet. And I mean, this is perfect, you guys, for that. Even if you're storing like some kind of paper collection that you don't have very many, this is a great way to store them as well. So if I need to use this die, and it's flat because there's no closure, so it's flat. But if I store these, I'm going to store them like that. So if anything falls, it will stay within the folder. But when I go to use it, all I have to do is slide it out. See how well that fits? I don't think this is the Anna Griffin. This is just a letter size chipboard that I mounted an adhesive magnetic sheet to it. But this one is on the Anna Griffin one, and it fits this pocket. It's on the Anna Griffin magnetic see, and that one fits as well. So I love, but it doesn't come in one solid color. It came in these pale colors. That was a pink, like a ivory. Then it had this like a navy, which I think this would be great for maybe my train die because it's kind of more masculine to me. Then it had this dark teal color. So there was 5 in a package, and then a lavender. I would have loved for all these to be either white or all pink, but I can deal with these pockets being the color they are because I can put a pink one up front. And look at how nice and neat and flat that is. So I ended up picking up only 3 packages, and I will share with you what they look like. These are by U Brands, and you get 5 soft solid letter size, 5 subject, 3 hole punch. That's what the information there says, but there is the label to that. And like I said, these came from Target. And I only picked up 3, and now I could kick myself because I have 15. I wish I had bought several more, you guys. And they were $5, $4.99 a pack of 5. And you might think that's a little pricey for a pocket for a die. But for these large dies, it actually is pretty reasonable. And if you go to Target, make sure you pick up several. And then pick some up for me too, please. I'm just messing with you guys. But if my daughters happen to go to Target, I have one that loves Target. I'm going to have her pick some up for me because I'm going to keep picking them up for, you know, $5, $10 every time she goes. And I'll always have them because I'm not going to stop buying dies. So I may as well, you know, keep them nice and neat and protected. So one more thing that I want to share with you guys. Hold on 1 second. I'm so sorry, but I was not prepared. So, and at Target, they have these containers. These were $5 a container. And these are by Bright Room. And they have a whole section. And they have them wider and they have them narrow. I got the one that's a little bit more narrow. I'll tell you how wide it is. It is only about maybe 3 1/8 inch wide, right here, the width. The reason I picked these up, even though I have the Target, almost like the Calyx, but the Target brand, my Dream Wall, paper is really heavy. So when I was putting my Dream Wall together, I was thinking, okay, paper's really heavy. It needs to go on the bottom because I don't want it to collapse. I want the heaviest weight to be at the very bottom. So the floor is supporting it and not the unit. So that's how I designed, that's how I decided to organize my paper. The problem with that, I'm 62 years old, you guys. I don't want to be sitting on the floor when I need to look for a paper pad. And even though they're organized, I can't really see what they are until I start pulling them out to see if I'm in the Christmas section or the Halloween section or my Prima or whatever. With this, I will be able to label them here. And if I need to pull out Christmas paper or specialty paper, I'll just pull out the whole bin because it has a handle where you can pull it out. And these are 13 inches long, so they're going to fit all the way in. They're not going to stick out or anything in my unit. They're going to be perfect. And if I need my Christmas paper, all I have to do is pull it out, bring it to my countertop, look for whatever I'm looking for, and go slide it back in. And I'm not pulling out paper pads, trying to pull them back in. And when I do that, I sit on the floor to do that. And let me tell you, I'm not as young as I used to be, and it's a little harder sometimes to do that. So now that I have these, I'll be able to just label them and pull them out, and I think that will make it more enjoyable for me when I'm, you know, looking for a Christmas paper pad, or when I'm looking for like my Prima papers or my Graphic 45. I'll be able to just slide out the bin. So I think this is going to be a really nice addition to my craft room, and it's going to be easier for me, and I don't have to be crawling on the floor and rolling around. I am so sorry, you guys. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope everyone has a great day, and God bless. Bye.